Howdy, everybody. I am going to share with you today from the book of Ecclesiastes. I have finished Ecclesiastes and it is all good. So I'm probably going to share all of it with you because it's really good. It is written by Solomon, King Solomon, who was son of King David, if you remember. And I am wading through Exodus now, and it is very good also. There's some I will be sharing with you from Exodus, but I've got to do some more studying and some more walking with the Holy Spirit on that before I share that with you because it's it's kind of deep. And Kitty Callie just got in my lap. She's right between me and the camera, so there's no telling how this is going to turn out. But I think what I'm going to do is read 3 chapters from Ecclesiastes tonight and do 3 a day, or maybe 6 tomorrow, 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, or something like that. There's 12 chapters total in Ecclesiastes, and I want you to have them all. So I think I'm going to do 3 at a time. I just don't know how or when. So I'm going to start in Ecclesiastes chapter 1. The word of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. Vanity of vanities, says the preacher, vanity of vanities, all is vanity. What profit has a man from all his labor in which he toils under the sun? One generation passes away and another generation comes, but the earth abides forever. The sun also rises and the sun goes down and hastens to the place where it arose. The wind goes toward the south and turns round to the north. The wind whirls about continually and comes again on its circuit. All the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. To the place from which the rivers come, there they return again. All things are full of excuse me. All things are full of labor. Man cannot express it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. That which has been is what will be. That which is done is what will be done. And there is nothing new under the sun. And y'all think about these words. What he's saying is very true and it's kind of deep. Just think about the impact of these words that Solomon is sharing with us here. Is there anything of which it may be said, see, this is new? It has already been in ancient times before us. There is no remembrance of former things, nor will there be any remembrance of things that are to come, but those who will come after. I, the preacher, was king over Israel in Jerusalem, and I set my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all that is done under heaven. This burdensome task God has given to the sons of man, by which they must be exercised. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and indeed all vanity and grasping for the wind. What is crooked cannot be made straight, and what is lacking cannot be numbered. I communed with my heart, saying, look, I have attained greatness, and have gained more wisdom than all who were before me in Jerusalem. My heart has understood great wisdom and knowledge, and I set my heart to know wisdom, and to know madness and folly. I perceived that this also is grasping for the wind. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he who increases knowledge increases sorrow. Second chapter of Ecclesiastes. I said in my heart, come now, I will test you with mirth. Therefore enjoy pleasure, but surely this also is vanity. I said of laughter, madness, and of mirth, what does it accomplish? I searched in my heart how to gratify my flesh with wine, while guiding my heart with wisdom, and how to lay hold on folly, till I might see what was good for the sons of men to do under heaven all the days of their lives. I made my works great. I built my houses. I planted myself vineyards. I made myself gardens and orchards. That all sounds like me. And planted all kinds of fruit trees in them. That sounds like me. I made myself water pools from which to water the growing of the grove. I acquired male and female servants and had servants born in my house. Hang on just a minute. I got to get a drink of water. I've been practicing before I started with no problem, and then once I start, oh, there it comes. I guess Satan doesn't want me doing this, but it's going to get done. I also gathered for myself silver and gold and the special treasures of kings and of the provinces. I acquired male and female singers, the delights of the sons of men, and musical instruments of all kinds. So I became great and excelled more than those who were before me in Jerusalem. Also, my wisdom remained with me. Whatever my eyes desired, I did not keep from them. I did not withhold my heart from any pleasure. From my heart rejoiced in all my labor, and that was my reward from all my labor. Then I looked on all the works that my hands had done, and on the labor in which I had toiled, and indeed all was vanity and grasping for the wind. There was no profit under the sun. And I think that's what hit me this past year. It is what hit me this past year. I was working my rear off every day, sun up to sundown. For what? So I just sold out. Anyway, let me continue. Then I turned myself to consider wisdom and madness and folly. For what can the man do who succeeds the king? Only what he has already done. Then I saw that wisdom excels folly, as light excels darkness. The wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool walks in darkness. Yet I myself perceived that the same event happens to them all. So I said in my heart, as it happens to the fool, it also happens to me. And why was I then more wise? Then I said in my heart, that also is vanity, for that there is no more remembrance of the wise than of the fool forever, since all that now is will be forgotten in the days to come. And how does a wise man die? As a fool. Therefore I hated life, because the work that was done under the sun was distressing to me, for all is vanity and grasping for the wind. Then I hated all my labor in which I had toiled under the sun, because I must leave it to the man who will come after me, and who knows whether he will be wise or a fool. Yet he will rule over all my labor in which I toiled, and in which I have shown myself wise and under the sun. This also is vanity. Therefore I turned my heart and despaired of all the labor in which I had toiled under the sun. For there is a man whose labor is with wisdom, knowledge, and skill, yet he must leave his heritage to a man who has not labored for it. This also is vanity and a great evil. For what has man for all his labor, and for the striving of his heart, with which he has toiled under the sun? For all his days are sorrowful, and his work burdensome. Even in the night his heart takes no rest. This also is vanity. Nothing is better for a man than he should eat and drink, and that his soul should enjoy in his labor. This also I saw was from the hand of God. For who can eat, or who can have enjoyment more than I? For God gives wisdom and knowledge and joy to a man who is good in his sight. But to the sinner he gives the work of gathering and collecting, and he may give to him who is good before God. This also is vanity and grasping for the wind. Chapter 3 of Ecclesiastes. To everything there is a season, a time for a purpose under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck what is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to gain and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. What profit has the worker from that in which he labors? I have seen the God given task with which the sons of men are to be occupied. He has made everything beautiful in its time. Also, he has put eternity in their hearts, except that no one can find out the work that God does from beginning to end. I know that nothing is better for them than to rejoice and to do good in their lives, and also that every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of all his labor. It is the gift of God. I know that whatever God does, it shall be forever. Nothing can be added to it, and nothing taken from it. God does it that men should fear before him. That which is has already been, and what is to be has already been, and God requires an account of what is past. Moreover, I saw under the sun in the place of judgment wickedness was there, and in the place of righteousness iniquity was there. I said in my heart, God shall judge the righteous and the wicked, for there is a time there for every purpose and for every work. I said in my heart concerning the condition of the sons of men, God tests them that they may see that they themselves are like animals. For what happens to the Son of Men also happens to animals. One thing befalls them, as one dies, so dies the other. Surely they all have one breath. Man has no advantage over animals, for all is vanity. All go to one place, all are from the dust, and all return to dust. Who knows the spirit of the sons of men, which goes upward, and the spirit of the animal, which goes down to the earth? So I am perceived that nothing is better than that a man should rejoice in his own works, for that is his heritage. For who can bring him to see what will happen after him? And that, my friends, is the first three chapters of the book of Ecclesiastes. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you understand what was said there. Solomon was a very intelligent man. His thinking really impresses me. He was a deep thinker, and he understood God. He was close to God. And Ecclesiastes is a wonderful book, as are the other writings that he did. That's it for now. I'll be back not today, but probably tomorrow with two readings, and maybe two the next couple of days till I get it finished. And I've got other stuff I want to share too. It is cold here, y'all. It was 3 degrees here most of the day. It's 1 degree. Well, the last time I checked, which was a couple hours ago, it was 1 degree here, and I've been cold all day. I saw a meme earlier today. It said, I would rather be sunburned with 1,000 mosquito bites trying to kill a copperhead in my flip flops than to deal with the weather up here. And that pretty much describes how I feel right now. It is miserable cold up here. Uh, Inside the house, I keep it warm and I'm okay. I've got this thick uh, flannel shirt on and a t-shirt underneath it, so I don't have to have the heat on constantly. But it's toasty warm in here. I'm okay in here. I just don't go outside. I met some friends for lunch today and ate lunch, and I got right back inside as quick as I could. It is nasty out there. No snow. Snow was supposed to have started about an hour ago. I hadn't looked outside to see if it did or not, and it's supposed to snow all night tonight through Saturday and then stop and then start back again Tuesday. So I don't know what's out there. I hadn't looked and I don't care. All I care about's inside where I'm going to be staying till all this mess is over. I've got plenty of everything I need here, and I've started cooking a lot more. I should do some cooking videos, but I'm not. I'm not into that. But I have been cooking a lot, and it's been very tasty. That's it for now. I'll talk to y'all later. God bless you. God bless you, friends.